It's Friday. Are you going to the movies this weekend? Let's take a look at the top 10 as far as Nigeria's box office is concerned, according to the Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria. This is cumulative from December 22nd through to December 28th. A Tribe Called Judah, 925 million. Now, it has crossed 1 billion. So again, we're just using data from Scene, which is as of the 28th. Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, 331 million. Malaika at 180. Ada Omodadi, 145. Migration, the Disney movie, at 23.4. That's your top 5. We've also got a top 10, 6 through 10 as well. Wonka and Donkey, Sabinos, a good mix of Hollywood and Nollywood as well. Moses Babatope, co-founder, MD FilmOne, he joins us to talk about this. Moses, Happy New Year. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
It's good to see you.
What do you make of the performance of those films?
Absolutely phenomenal. One of the best moments we've had year long, or probably since the pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that the cinema sector has been impacted by twin effects of the pandemic and the economy. And if we wanted to even break down the economy more, political factors, cash crunch, student strikes, the weather, there's been so many things, subsidy removal, inflation, devaluation of the currency, against a sector that was just finding its feet, coming back from the pandemic. I think it's absolutely stunning to see Nigerian entertainment well consumed, well liked in a traditionally popular period like December.
You see, you sound like an economist. You've just listed all these challenges that Nigerians have faced. So Moses, that sets me up for this next question. Great. Based on everything you have mentioned, inflation, currency devaluation, so how is A Tribe Called Judah doing over 1 billion so far? Explain, what are the drivers for this movie?
Let me even put in more context for you, Rotis. It's done 1 billion in 3 weeks.
That is incredible.
We've never seen that kind of phenomenon before. And a lot of people that want to be cynical will say price increases. They're probably right. We've had to increase prices. They'll probably say not a lot of competition. I think they're wrong with that. We have a competition. And I think that this is the time for us to celebrate the best of Nigeria in terms of our resilience, in terms of our appreciation for our films, for our content, for our stories. And that's what the Tribe of Judah has done very, very well. And to credit all the other Nigerian films there, this is the first time in the history of cinema or modern cinema data that Nigerian films have dominated the box office by 70 to 30%. That's how very well it's done in December. And A Tribe Called Judah dominates by almost 47% in December. That's how well this film has done. The film resonates very well with Nigerians in December. Let's not forget that in terms of the entertainment experiences, a lot of other entertainment options are either very pricey, like the music concerts, the guys have had to kind of review their pricing, and suddenly cinema becomes very appealing, very affordable, relatively, and there is product to match. In fact, sets of products to match. And that's what has worked well for A Tribe Called Judah. Not to mention the word of mouth. The word of mouth is fantastically strong.
Well, see, Moses, another thing is I'm comparing it to Black Panther and, 800 million, right?
The first one, 816.
And then Wakanda Forever, we did 1 billion, right?
Yes.
When those movies, like the first one was a movement, people were wearing traditional items to go and watch them. Avengers Endgame, when that came out, I remember sitting in at the IMAX, the opening weekend, people were sitting on the floor.
Absolutely.
Right, so, and then another thing, you've had some other big Nollywood films that have come out on streaming.
Yes.
I think Breath of Life on Prime, and then the Richard
Blood
Moffat.
Vessel and
and this is all coming out within the same period. So you're saying that Tribe of Judah was able to withstand all that competition from streaming plus the economic issues and still come out ahead with this 1 billion.
I'm going and putting it on national TV and putting my professional experience and everything on the line that this data is verified by ComScore, the world-renowned box office measuring site, that this is real data. These are Nigerians going out to patronize Nigerian product and voting for it to be number one. I would say, perhaps you've not spent a lot of time on social media. There's a cultural phenomenon going on right now with the Tribe Called Judah and people wearing the t-shirts and the merchandising. It's been a real movement. Look, and in terms of all the metrics, people say, okay, how many tickets sold? There's almost 300,000 tickets sold for the film.
Right.
So it's not a fluke, it's not made up. It is real data, real performance.
Hey, look, I've never had reason to doubt the Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria. We've used their data consistently every time you've been on the show for other films. So, hey, fine, and I know you, so I'm gobsmacked. Those are incredible numbers. What are we looking forward to this weekend? Are there anything big coming out? Or
so this weekend, such is the impact of this December releases that dates back to December 15th.
Right.
That this weekend is a kind of a gap weekend where the films are still doing very well.
Right.
So it's A Tribe Called Judah, it's Aquaman 2, it's Adao Modadi, it's Malaika, which is still doing phenomenally great, and it's Afame Funa, critically acclaimed, and these films still have a good life, and so there's not much this weekend.
Yeah.
But for January, there are a number of very good films coming out. Book of Clarence, Color Purple, Oprah Winfrey's production, and then we have Beekeeper by Jason Statham, which traditionally does well here because it's action. So we hope that the momentum stays. I think what's very important for us, for the cinema sector and the creative sectors at large, and with the government looking into it, is to keep this momentum going. Is to continue to show, the track record, continue to show that there is business in entertainment, there's business in creativity.
Now, I noticed there was a Donkey is a Bollywood film that's also in the top 10. Bollywood films have done very well this year, right? But then that's because India has a lot of cinemas. I was going to ask you about the impact of currency devaluation, because last time we spoke, there were plans about expanding more cinemas across Nigeria. How's that going? I mean, I'm sure there's likely been a setback with the way the currency. So what's happening with
Whilst I really want to maintain that positive posture about everything December, we cannot kind of like gloss over the incredibly challenging year the sector has had. And I know it's not just our sector, but think a sector where it's mainly disposable income, and it's also, you have other competing needs. It's been really, really tough. Devaluation means that it's harder for you to purchase cinema equipment, harder for you to purchase, cinema technology and all the like. So it's been harder to expand cinemas. But even with that, we've seen new cinemas open this year. Unfortunately, we've had to see some close as well.
Right.
So it's slowed down the expansion plan. But I think what we're sending out as an association to the business world and people interested in the sector is, look, we have a strong and vibrant local market. We have a set of very, very talented creators. We have a set of amazing storytellers, set of business experts that can make something out of this sector. Not to forget that this was the 2023 was the year that you had the Hollywood strikes. So there were so many things going against it, but we have a sector that can be self-sustaining, as we've seen in this December. And so, like I said, it's all about how we do our best to, position our own, invest in the sector, regardless of the economic tailwinds that we keep facing, but just really go aggressively at it and really pour money into the sector and make sure we expand at all costs.
I ask you this question every single time, you must be tired of it. Streaming. Are you still is streaming complementing what you're doing, or because it has impacted cinemas in other climes, or are you worried about, because it's there are Nollywood films, big ones coming out on streaming platforms, so
massive. I always keep telling people and reminding them that such is the importance of the cinema sector in terms of the data points and the things that you can learn from, data around where people are watching, what they're watching, probably even why they're watching. And that's how streaming came of age. There was data for them to work on. Look, have they impacted cinema going in an era where economy has been challenged? I don't want to say yes or no. I think it's still been complementary. I think the overall message has been that the quality of films have improved and that people have options right now. It means that the cinemas have to also step up in terms of the quality of experience that they give, the kind of films that they show. And look, the truth is, it's in our interest for it to continue to remain complementary. And so we as the stakeholders in the sector, we have to continue talking about things like the windowing. We have to continue to talk about things like how do we make more blockbuster films in cinemas? How do we market them for people to see the real difference in experience? And all the forms of conversations that come on. How do we also educate investors that yes, streaming is a good platform to invest in, but so are the physical outlets. Cinemas, for me, those are the conversations to be had for a developing economy like Nigeria.
All right. I want to I have the Global Business Report shows again at 4 o'clock to 5 p.m. After that, I'm going to the cinema to watch Tribe of Judah to see what the hype is all about.
You have to watch it, and I want to know what you think about it.
I'm going to let you know. Moses Babatope, co-founder, MD FilmOne. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Can I say that the film is also showing in the UK in selected markets as well?
Oh, nice. Well done.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Yeah.